showtime. This day is our day. This moment is our moment. Our fans, our dome, our home, our team. You're the hunter or you're the hunted. Now let's go get our respect. Bottom line, just be us. Be the New Orleans Saints. For the strength of the pack is the Saints. And the strength of the Saints is the flag.
It is a toasty night in the Crescent City, but fortunately, we are in home sweet dome. As tonight, the Saints wrap up the preseason, taking on the Miami Dolphins. Hi, everybody. I'm Joel Myers, alongside a couple of Super Bowl champions, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, and welcome to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome as we do wrap up the preseason. And guys, let's face it, the Saints, a 13-3 squad last year, still returning a ton of starters. So we'll start with you, Jonathan. This is a really deep team that's going to be tough to find a job.
Yeah, especially on the defensive side. The defense has played very well in the last two preseason games, getting turnovers, playing well on defense. So we look at the addition of Sheldon Rankins finally being activated from the PUP list. That's great for the defense. It stinks for some other players that may be on the bubble, unfortunately, but we know that this won't be the roster come the end of the season. You're going to have some injuries at the linebacker position. As soon as they get healthy, guys will rotate and shuffle around, but it's going to be exciting to see how this defense works.
Yeah, and a very deep defensive unit for Dennis Allen that improved significantly last year. Now, Stinch, for the bubble guys, it's interesting because they're not only trying for the Saints, but there are 31 other teams that are going to be watching the film of this game.
Absolutely. Coach Payton always talks about finding the right 53 guys. So Game 4 is their last and best chance to fight for their life in the NFL. It's not just for a spot on the 53 for the New Orleans Saints. They're auditioning for 31 other teams. As we've seen in the past, there's a number of moves that can be made. Taysom Hill was brought into the New Orleans Saints after Game 4, after it was cut down to 53. So for the Saints tonight, not only are they fighting for a spot in this locker room, but a spot in 31 others.
Yeah, and we're going to be focusing in on positions in particular like wide receiver. Deep at that position, but still a couple of jobs up for grabs. We'll get into it all with a couple of Super Bowl champions when we come back to New Orleans. The Saints and the Dolphins, they're up next.
I'm here with head coach Sean Payton. Preseason is almost over. What are you trying to get out of this last game?
Well, we're trying to finish on a strong note. I thought last weekend we played better, trying to win the game. There are a number of players that this game means a lot to. We say it all the time. I mean, the tape we're evaluating, but so are the 31 other teams. So there's a handful of positions that we're still working through to decide. And a lot of it, this is part of the equation. This is another test for those guys. So it may not be the most important game for everyone, but it's the most important game for some of them.
Next week, you guys will take on the Houston Texans. In the past 5 seasons, you guys have lost week 1. What has to be done different this year?
It's a good question. I think this, look, we can't stick with our routine just because we know our routine after this game all through next week. So we'll look closely at it. We know we're going to play a good opponent. We're playing at home, fortunately, on a Monday night. But some way we got to change that streak. And I didn't realize it was 5 games, but that's something our players will hear a lot about, in the next 8 to 10 days.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Megan. Our sideline report brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. Tough questions downstairs for that guy. So we are ready to go. Brian Flores is too for his debut as the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. And by the way, as defensive coordinator in the Super Bowl for the Patriots, held the Rams only 3 points. Not too shabby. Did a good job, and he's only 38 years old. So what a future for this young man. They are a very young squad to begin with, and looking forward to next summer in particular when they've got a lot of cap space. Will Lutz will kick it away. Back deep, it is going to be Mark Walton, the running back for the Miami Dolphins. He'll start with the ball. Special teams area of concentration, as they were exceptional last year for the Saints. And they've gotten better. They were better last week. And that'll take the run game out of the equation on the return. So Will Lutz booms it away, and here we go. Well, Ryan Fitzpatrick is going to be the starting quarterback. That's already been announced. He is not playing tonight. In fact, Jake Rudock, a fourth-year quarterback out of Michigan, is going to get the call. 6'3", 210-pounder. So obviously, we're not going to see Josh Rosen either, the backup quarterback for Fitzpatrick.
We'll see a lot of this guy because the first two seem to be on street clothes.
So from the 25, 1st and 10 Miami, a team that last year went 7-9. Man, a little hole over the right side for about 4 for Mark Walton. Was back on the kickoff, running back out of the U, out of the University of Miami. Defensively for the Saints, and Jonathan, you brought it up. The great news for the Saints, Sheldon Rankins back with his teammates and not watching them go out to practice.
It's great for the Saints. It's great for the defense. It gives them not only obviously a physical boost up front, a very gifted athlete. He had 8 sacks before he ruptured his Achilles last year, so we know that he can play and plug up the middle. But then you also look at the rest of the roster. What's going to happen now with the defensive backs, for example, who have a lot of them played very well. But then you have some veterans. You see Patrick Robinson right now. He's starting out there. You have Ken Crawley out there as well. What's going to happen to them? And not only that, Stinch, it's not just for week 1. It's not etched in stone. We're talking about week 2, week 3, week 4. When other guys get healthy, how does this shuffle work out?
Well, it's not a static situation. I mean, it can change week to week, and that's what you see throughout the year. But you definitely want to be on that first 53 if you can.
Right tackle may have come up early. They'll let it go over the middle. Grab is made on the crossing pattern. It's taken in by Albert Wilson, a free agent from the Chiefs last year. And a good adjustment on the ball by Wilson.
It's your slot receiver right there. He's working against Gardner Johnson, who made a great play on first down. He's just one step behind.
So first down on 3rd and 8. Walton stays in the backfield with the fullback Chandler Cox. Going to be Walton. Little crease over to the left side and yards after contact. Bulldozed.
I haven't seen hard running like that in a while.
He got behind his pads, didn't he?
Gain of 14. Low man wins.
Yes, and you know it's funny, Joel and John, we mentioned that, okay, we're not seeing the starters and the top talent for each team. But these guys are going to play hard. And you look at Mark Walton, just look at him pull through there and get in the hole. Look at nobody wanted any part of that play.
Well, Chris Banjo will remember that one. From the 41 of the Chiefs. Not much available, trying over to the right side. Maybe a gain of 2 that time for Walton. And not a big guy, but a strong guy, 5'10", 200 pounds. So it's, when we say low man wins, it doesn't take much for him to get low.
Yeah, and that's true. It doesn't take much for him to get low. Also, the explosion. You watch a guy, I always talk about running your feet on contact. Running backs do it all the time, and people try to understand, well, how do they run this man over? Well, when contact is made, if the defender stops his feet, these running backs are going to keep going.
They keep churning.
They keep churning.
On the play fake, time for Rudock, and tripped up. So he's brought down, and a good job underneath. And for the Saints, it was Kaufusi on the trip.
I think you had Vince Beagle in there. Beagle's in there too, trying to get a little pressure. Working against a double team off the right side, and then Kaufusi comes in and prevents a first down by a quarterback late finding a seam.
Yeah, that's a great effort play right there, John.
And if he's not 6'9", I don't know if he gets to him. You got to be long to reach like that. 3rd and 5. Can they get heat on the quarterback? Time, and it falls incomplete with a flag on the play. Going for the tight end, Durham Smythe. 4th-round pick last year out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, they have a flag on the play. It looks like it's going to be holding or pass interference. And, you know, to be quite honest, it was a legitimate call right there when Will Compton was playing him. As soon as the tight end broke his route.
There were fouls by both teams on the play. Before the pass was thrown, illegal contact, defense number 48. Illegal use of hands to the face, offense number 72. Those penalties offset, replay 3rd down.
J.T. Gray.
J.T. Gray.
Yep, called on it.
So if you see right here, JT Gray's on the outside, and you'll go ahead and do that. You'll see that it was. There we go. You see the grab as soon as he makes contact. The tight end starts breaking on his route.
Pretty good throw by the quarterback once again. Rudolph looks impressive.
It was an easy call though.
So now 3rd and 5 all over again on the offsetting penalties. And once again, time, the underneath pattern will produce the first down by a yard. So it's taken in by Bryce Butler in his 7th season out of San Diego, but kind of like the poise in the pocket by Rudolph.
I really do. You know, he's very comfortable in there. He's understanding the defense. Now, granted, these are very, very basic defenses. It's the 4th preseason game, very similar to the first preseason game in the sense that you're not trying to confuse the players. You want them playing as fast as possible. You want to be able to see their athletic ability and their execution.
It's a give on the jet and kind of a stutter step by Albert Wilson. Kind of surprising the way he stopped, like he was going to make a cut or even throw the football.
Well, you had a good job by the defense feathering that play right there. So when you watch as he comes across and they hand the ball off on this fly sweep, look at the defensive end right there. He's stringing it out. And as you do that, it allows the rest of the defense to run him down. That was a great job right there. Hard for the receiver to find a lane to cut up in.
And for these guys, you mentioned it's nothing spicy on play call. It's can you execute the fundamentals?
That's right.
On 2nd and a dozen, little counter action, big bolt into the secondary. It's Walton once again, and he's got it down to the 23. So it brings up a 3rd and short as he's tripped up in the secondary by J.T. Gray. And remember this Miami offense, guys, they were 2nd from the bottom offensively in total yards per game at only 290.
Yeah, well, this is very encouraging, right, Stinch, to watch the offense. You know, we don't want to see them obviously score a touchdown on the Saints, but when you're Brian Flores and you're trying to create a foundation and a culture, and you say, well, who are we? What's our identity? If you can run the ball like that, and he's saying we are going to be a run-first team, it's very encouraging to watch the younger guys, be able to execute.
Needs about 4 here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, too much time for the quarterback once again, and throws it wide of the intended target, trying to get it to Bryce Butler with the flag down on the play. Is it going to be offensive interference? A push off, yes.
Yes, offensive pass interference.
It'll be declined.
Pass interference. Offense, number 17. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 3rd down.
So they're going to mark it off, which is interesting.
I guess they wanted the yardage.
Right. Yeah, take him out of field goal range.
But you look, he's the outside receiver here, one-on-one. Patrick Robinson knows where it's going. It's going deep in the end zone.
I tell you what, that bodes well for Patrick Robinson. We're talking about depth in the secondary. Sheldon Rankins coming back. Could he possibly be one of the odd players out come Saturday for cut day? And if he's able to play off man by himself at that much time,
good point.
That's encouraging.
Because there wasn't any pressure on the quarterback.
Right.
Underneath it goes. It's Walton, and he's buried. Colton Jumper cleaned up after he was slowed down. It was Caden Ellis first, and then Jumper came in.
Caden Ellis has definitely distinguished himself this entire preseason. I think what else is notable in the secondary is you see Patrick Robinson lined up at corner, which has allowed Gardner Johnson to line up in the slot. He's been playing more the nickel player more than safety these past 2 games.
This young man was all rookie last season. Out of New Mexico State, a 7th-round pick, Jason Sanders. He was 18 of 20. It's going to be a 46-yard attempt on the opening possession for Miami. And dead down the middle again. So he was impressive in his rookie season. Half his 20 attempts came from beyond the 40, so no big deal for Sanders. Jumper on the hit. Saints get them to stall and hold Miami to 3. Tonight's Saints game is brought to you in part by Raising Cane's, official chicken of your New Orleans Saints, feeding your game day party for over 20 years. By Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. And by Ochsner Health System, innovating healthcare. Welcome back once again to the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. Joel Myers, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb. And the Saints get it for the first time. Grayson lets it hit and it goes out of the end zone. Interesting, he did not take that short one on the run.
That's unusual. I usually see returners want to showcase why they're back there and go and try to field that. Maybe he felt he couldn't get the ball.
Well, did he think it was going sideways and out of bounds as well? Teddy Bridgewater in there to start, and we'll see Teddy and Taysom Hill. And Stinch, we talked about it last week. The numbers don't truly tell you what Teddy did last week because he was resourceful and he made nice adjustments.
It doesn't represent the entire story because he was under duress pretty much that entire first half last game.
Zigbo at tailback, looking for a lane over to the left side. Did a good job. Goes out to the 30. Sean Payton was talking about Zigbo over the last couple of days. Likes what he sees, and he had that make him miss move for an extra 10 yards last week.
I tell you what, they've had great success finding undrafted running backs that can contribute, and Zigbo has impressed every chance he's gotten the opportunity to touch the ball and make somebody miss in space.
Stinch, the first person I think of, Pierre Thomas.
Just balance, right?
Balance, undrafted. He actually beat out a 4th-round pick at the time, and he was a tremendous, tremendous running back for us.
On 2nd and 5, Zigbo with a flag down where you normally see a hold coming from the referee. It's coming back.
Holding. Offense number 85. 10-yard penalty. Replay, 2nd down.
Dan Arnold fighting for that 3rd tight end spot.
Yeah, you see Dan's right there, and hands are inside. It looks like he just had to let go just a little bit.
Is that what you saw, JV?
That's what I saw.
As a defender?
You're being kind, aren't you?
I am.
Kind to the defense.
2nd and 15 for Bridgewater. And it looks like a check off at the line with a bunch and trips over to the wide side of the field. Picked up the extra pass rusher. Teddy, nice move. And he goes down across the 27 with a gain of 7. Nice little move.
You know what they need is a PSA announcement letting him know that it's time for him to learn how to slide, because you don't want to take those shots, especially in preseason game number 4. Good job seeing a little bit of a lane, but get down, Teddy.
Yeah, I mean, he made something out of nothing. 2 receivers bumped into each other.
So what you're saying is you've been watching too much of Taysom Hill. Is that it?
I think that he just likes a little bit of contact and knowing that he's not going to get much else after this game.
He wanted to feel alive.
Jacquez Rogers in the backfield for blocking purposes. Back shoulder throws wide of the intended target. He tried to get it out there for Emmanuel Butler. So we'll see a lot of Butler, as well as Cyril Grayson Jr., Simi Cobbs, go down the list. Keith Kirkwood in particular, too.
Yeah, the team has been very high on Emmanuel Butler. Just watching him every time we talk about who are the receivers, right? Since who are the receivers besides Michael Thomas that we know and Ted Ginn, everyone says Emmanuel Butler.
It's the first name.
First name that comes out. Very, very impressive guy.
First punt of the game. It belongs to the Saints. Ramming, going back deep. Man, he's going to take it with the flag down from the 18, and out of bounds he goes.
Yeah, it looks like a holding on the defense as the gunner was trying to split the double team.
Well, it was TJ Green, and another one of your secondary players fighting for a roster spot. And, you know, with the way the game's gone, those secondary players have to be core special teams players as well.
Yes.
Holding. Receiving team number 41. So the penalty is half the distance to the goal. First down. Timeout.
So it's back to Miami, and the Dolphins up as Teddy and the Saints went 3 and out with a punt. Everything you need to know about the black and gold, you can get it. All you have to do is download the Final Play app. The latest news, video, Deuce is loose. Deuce McAllister gives you analysis. Go and download it right now. It's the Final Play app. Welcome back to the Dome. 1st and 10 as Walton tried to crack it over to the left side. They stand up at the 11. A couple of yards from Mark Walton, the former Miami Hurricane.
Yeah, and Joel, Stinch and I were talking about this at the break. We see a lot of the offense and the defense. What doesn't get enough credit, especially in this 4th game of the preseason, is the special teams. Because a lot of the guys, that's where they're going to make their mark. If they can perform well on special teams, then they have now a roster spot because they've added more value. We already have the starters basically lined up. We know who's going to play, who's starting. It's really about now these special team roles that they can fill and add value.
Rudock hits it underneath to the fullback. It's taken in by Chandler Cox, 7th-round pick, the rookie out of Auburn.
Well, as they're evaluating players, what they want to see is how many snaps can you give us on a Sunday, and it looks like there was a little space between the cornerback and safety Gardner Johnson right there, and sometimes you have to find those windows, and as a third quarterback, you're probably a little more reluctant to pull the trigger.
Listen, Stench, I always said, backup quarterbacks, you're not going to make the team throwing the check down. You need to throw the ball downfield so coaches, defenders, defensive coordinators can see you have the ability to, one, get the ball downfield, two, read defenses, understand it. Check downs aren't going to make it.
Get the first down, guys. Now, they had a nice sustained drive of almost 6.5 minutes on the first possession.
Running the ball.
Right. And Walton's looked really good early.
Really strong.
Yards
explosive.
after contact for him.
Yes, really explosive.
It'll be from the 21. Started back at the 9-yard line. On the play fake. Pressure finally on the quarterback, Rudock. On the move, great grab. And a nice throw where only his guy could get it, as Isaiah Ford went up top to get it, the 7th-round pick a couple of years ago out of Virginia Tech.
Now I want you to look right here. That's Ziggy Hood coming through the offensive line to provide pressure on the quarterback and move him off his spot, right?
Yep.
You talk about it as a defense, you need to move the quarterback.
Yeah.
I think defensive tackle is a spot that you've got some talent that you probably won't be able to keep on your 53, at least not week 1.
No, and he just came in for Taylor Stallworth underneath.
Yeah, and Sean Payton mentioned it in the interview. There's 31 other teams looking at these really good defensive tackles. And unfortunately, as you said, someone's going to take them. These guys are good, and they're coming off of a very good Saints team. They want to have those guys to be able to create value. But watch this catch right here.
This is a serious grab by Bryce Butler.
That is a great catch right there.
Serious adjustment.
Full extension.
He's in front of Ken Crowley on the play. Did he hold on?
Yeah, he completed.
Yeah, he's got it. He's out of San Diego. Adjusting in the backfield. The running back on the play, Patrick Laird. Not much available. Maybe a yard and a half for the rookie out of Cal, Caden Ellis. Caden Ellis and Darnell Sankey to start the final preseason game. They were number 1 in total tackles for the Saints.
Very encouraging.
And they didn't get a lot of reps. Don't forget, they didn't get a lot of snaps in the first game.
And we don't know exactly what the injury status is for any of the players. That's not released in the preseason. So you don't know what's going on with Anzalone and Robertson, but Caden Ellis has definitely jumped out as a player that can contribute if you need him at the linebacker spot.
You just saw Sankey on the sideline wearing number 44 on the move. Good moves at that. The wide receiver who took it in, run after the catch. The yards belong to T.J. Ramey.
I tell you what, the Dolphins have come out very crisp, very poised. The running game has looked good. They have the crossing patterns, the receivers. I'm looking at their offense. They're all making a case for why they should be on the 53-man roster.
And it's nothing flashy. I think
Not
it's
at
just
all.
effort plays.
Another first down. Didn't take long from their own 9 to get to the Saints 38. A little more than 2 to play in the opening 15 minutes. It's Laird. Not much of a jump cut to find space as they washed out that left side and pushed it towards the boundary.
I tell you what, though, I heard that hit.
We heard it up here. Oh, C.J. Gardner-Johnson brought the thunder, didn't he?
He brought the boom on that play. I like it. I wonder if we've seen the last of Mark Walton. I guess he showed exactly what he was capable of. Haven't seen him in the lineup since. He had a couple good runs, very powerful, very explosive. And, I have to talk up some of my Miami guys.
I know. I was waiting for that.
In case you didn't know, I was going to talk up my Miami guy here.
It's Laird, nothing available on the left side. Good penetration. Good penetration that time for the Saints on the run play. And let's see if he's okay. No. Can't get up, and that is Will Compton, who busted up that play.
He's right here on your screen. It's unfortunate. Will Compton has come in, and, that's a great job of diagnosing and attacking the play, right?
Splits the double team, makes a play.
Hope he's just cramping. Early to cramp, but
I think it might be
no,
ankle.
he's limping.
Ankle.
Yeah, that was a great play.
He went right through 2 blocks.
Yeah.
So
he wants to be out there.
he's going to walk it off. I bet you any amount of money he's back in the game. They're looking right now in the tent on the sideline at Will Compton, and it looked like an ankle as he hobbled over to the sideline. So let's see if he'll be able to return. An impressive start, though, for Miami. This is going to be their 20th snap of the game. Their second series. Saints, if he joins a little bit late, went 3 and out with a punt. And Miami 3 of 4 on the third down tries, looking at a 3rd and 6 after the injury timeout. Time for Rudock underneath. He's going to get the first down. Laird's got it. And Laird, another 4 or 5 yards after the contact. Got away from Caden Ellis. Let's check in for the latest on Will Compton. Megan, what do you hear?
Hey guys, so yes, linebacker Will Compton did roll his ankle. They do think that he'll be able to come back during this game. They're just taking him out right now for precautionary reasons.
All right, thank you, Megan.
That's good to hear because he was playing very well.
Final minute of a good first quarter for Miami. They have dominated the football. It's Laird. Flag out of the secondary, though, where a lot of times you see defensive holding. He only got a yard on the carry.
Well, it looks like the Saints defense is starting to learn how to get off blocks as opposed to just fitting blocks. There's always a big difference where
Defense number 95. That 5-yard penalty will be added to the end of the run. Automatic. First down.
Yeah, Taylor Stallworth. Where we always talk about, there he is right there. He's getting the double team. He doesn't want the double team to come off, so he holds so the linebacker can run free. Look, I think that's great defense.
I'm sure you do.
Spoken like a true linebacker. That's great defense right there.
It's an automatic first down to the Saints 13. Fullback's in there with Laird. He'll get it and bend it to the outside. He's got a lane over to the left side. And a good run on first down.
Yeah, so Stinch, we always talk about defensively, there's fitting the blocks, and then there's actually getting off blocks. And I think in the beginning, the Saints, the defense, they were just fitting the blocks.
Right.
And now they're starting to finally get off blocks and make plays, as we saw Will Compton before he rolled his ankle.
End of the first 15 minutes and about 13 and a half of the first 15 controlled by Miami. They look for more on the next snap when we come back to the Superdome. Welcome back once again to New Orleans. Miami dominated the first quarter. As you look at the quarterbacks for Miami moving forward, that's Ryan Fitzpatrick to your left, Josh Rosen to your right. Fitzpatrick has already been named the starter. 15 years, 8 teams later, out of Harvard. I guarantee he manages money well. And then Josh Rosen, guys, we talked about Josh, 10th overall, and Arizona decided to go in a different direction.
Very surprising by Arizona and the management to go in a different direction. You liked him clearly to be your number 1 pick, 10th overall, and then all of a sudden a year later you don't like him. Kyler Murray, nothing against him, but you have a top pick, especially at a premium position at quarterback. You want to at least get 2 or 3 years to see if he can play.
And you had, if you're going to pick a quarterback and then you just pick another quarterback the next year, you've lost that previous first-round pick. That was a top pick.
Yeah,
top 10
good coverage by Ken Crawley, batted it down and timed it perfectly.
Great play.
Good for Ken Crawley, a former starter who, for whatever reason, lost his confidence and lost his role last season. Good opportunity for him to show that he's got it back.
Out of the gun. 3rd down and about 5. Too much time again for Rudock. And he's going to be belted from behind and go down inside the 10.
That's a great coverage sack by the secondary, the linebackers.
Well, you're rushing 3, so you better be able to cover.
Ziggy Hood finally caught up with him.
Yeah, so you can see Ken Crawley right here, Gardner Johnson, Patrick Robinson, they're all passing off. That's really good one-on-one coverage on the outside there. That is a not easy coverage, especially when they can extend it down with no pass rush.
So on a drive that started back at the Miami 9, once again they stall in the red zone, this time at least in the red zone. And the opening minute of the second quarter, their place kicker Jason Sanders, who just did a 46-yarder. Chip shot from 16 yards, make it 26 yards away. And a little draw to make it a 6-point lead. So Miami's had plenty of opportunities early in this game, but they've had to settle for field goals for their new head coach, Brian Flores. The former Missouri Tiger, Ziggy Hood, in the middle of things. Saints down 6, Marshawn Lattimore on the bench, and that's where he's going to be tonight. Unless he's conferring with guys and letting them know how he can assist them, coach them up. Cam Jordan, we know what he can do. Team leader. And the culture, we've talked about the environment, the culture. Cam Jordan, top of the list, isn't he?
Well, a phenomenal player, but possibly even better leader in the locker room, and sets the standard for that defense.
He'll bring it out a couple of yards into the end zone, and Grayson goes down as he's belted crossing the 20. So the Saints will get it for the second time. So a 23-yard return.
You know, fellows, statistically,
let's see if they get more snaps.
Right, statistically, it's not pretty for the first 16 minutes, but you're still one touchdown away from taking the lead. And you've only had 3 plays as an offense in that entire quarter.
Teddy Bridgewater had him out there at the 25. They went 3 and out with a punt underneath and a drop. Stopping to try to make a move before he had it was Emmanuel Butler. Got to bring it in.
And it's interesting, Teddy Bridgewater threw the ball that way. He actually placed it very well, because Emmanuel Butler was supposed to stop right there. There was a defender on the outside of him and another defender on the inside of him. So he placed it in an area where, as you can see that defender on the outside, he didn't want him to take it and lead him to continue running and then get popped for a big hit. You know, just Emmanuel Butler has to catch it. Stop and then catch it.
At the end of the night, they'll see it as an incomplete pass and not realize it's a drop.
Yeah.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Ton of time. Great pass protection. It's a Zigbo. Not much available. Good coverage in the open field. And the defense of Miami gets the stop. It's Torrey McTyer. And now it's going to be 3rd and long for the Saints outside of their own 23.
Yeah. I almost get the sense, Stinch, that Sean wants to see Bridgewater throw the ball. Even though 4th preseason game, we talk about running the ball and executing. But I think he wants to see, is there consistency? The first game, phenomenal. Second game, not so much. Third game, did well. So how is Bridgewater going to perform in this game?
And that time a first down with a bullet going to the young man who just dropped it, Emmanuel Butler, the undrafted rookie out of Northern Arizona. But you love targets that are 6'4", don't you?
You do, especially against defenses that are playing coverage. Again, they're only rushing 3, so there's going to be plenty of defenders. You have to find those pockets. Teddy finds Emmanuel Butler in the middle of 3 defenders right across that first down marker.
I'll tell you what, they both had a good feel of where the hole in the zone was when you saw Emmanuel Butler that time sat down very well in the hole in the zone.
Deontay Harris, the motion man. Little waggle action. And it's Harris. Once again, nice open field tackle for Miami. And in on that stop, it was Nick Needham. Deontay Harris, he's not back there on kicks and punts. I don't believe we're going to see him, because it seems like he's already made the team in that role.
And they try to create this play to get him in space. What can he do with the ball in space? We saw it last week when he took a punt return. He was in a phone booth and he houses it. So they tried a little bootleg, and the defensive end broke up the play, didn't get the timing that they were looking for.
And the best thing about Harris, we talked about it from the first preseason game. We said, man, every time he touched the ball, it felt like he was going to break.
Well, look at the first 10 yards on this return. There's congestion.
You see that, and he fits through the hole, not scared, runs tall, fast, explosive, and that's what those eye-popping, you won't see that in stats, right? You won't see that there's a guy that every time he touches it has the ability to break.
Yes, and brings the excitement. I think for the rest of the return group, they feed off that, and you feel like if I give this guy a seam, he can do something special with it.
Can they get 5 here to keep the drive alive? Derby stopped. Derby made the previous grab, but he quit on the, I don't know if he quit on the route.
Stopped on the route.
Got confused on the route.
Yeah, but back to your point, Stinch, I remember my first few years playing on special teams as a punt, not a punt returner, I wish I was that good, but I was blocking for the punt returners and the kick returners, and I remember having guys back there that can go the distance. Yeah, I'm going to block a little longer. I'm going to try to hold my block knowing that if he takes it, he's going to house it, and that's a good thing for everybody, right? Points on the board, and then we can win the game.
Thomas Morstead in. And a low line drive. TJ Ramming, the rookie, undrafted out of Duke. Slides down. Good coverage on the specials. And it was Grayson who was the first one down there. So top of the field, Miami controlling things so far and leading by 6. As you can see, it's been domination by Miami controlling the football, but competition is healthy, and these two guys know it more than anybody else, and that's Taysom Hill along with Teddy Bridgewater on the sideline, and things obviously are going to change a little bit when those two guys are out there.
Well, hopefully the supporting cast doesn't let the quarterback down like they have for Teddy Bridgewater in the last drive.
It'll be first down for the 25. Good cut. Miami's got good yardage again from Walton on first down, so he's back in there. And I know you want to talk about the guys from the U, but we didn't even bring up the Florida game at all. You notice how we are good friends, aren't we, Jonathan?
Aren't we nice?
Aren't we good guys? It took us a quarter.
But you just brought it up,
right,
so clearly you're not a good friend, and no, you're not nice.
That took
I don't even know.
19 unadulterated minutes for you,
JB. Joel
it was
couldn't
difficult.
help himself.
It was difficult.
Joel, it only took him 20 minutes to finally get
John
it. It was
paid
ridiculous.
me. He paid me more than you did to keep
wait
quiet.
until the fourth quarter, Joel?
Second and 4.
Friends like this.
That's
Welcome
the
back,
voice
JB.
of Jonathan Vilma. Gracing us with his presence. No gain on that carry, maybe a yard. It'll be 3rd and 3 as the clock continues to roll in the first half. Grissom in on that wrap.
And we need an upgrade in this run-stopping defense. So far in this game, there have been cavernous holes. Looked like it was a little bit of a pull by the tight end coming back around. Missed Grissom right there, so he was able to make the tackle. Otherwise, there's another seam.
Now can the Saints get a stop on 3rd down? Here comes pressure. Rudock evades it and throws it just wide of his intended target, looking for Bryce Butler.
Well, I'll tell you what, Beagle was giving some really good pressure off the end.
He's right here at the
right
end.
off the edge right there, Cinch. Yeah.
And he's able to dip and rip. I tell you what, you make the quarterback move up in the pocket, give the rest of the D-line opportunities to get your hands on the quarterback. But Vince Beagle's a guy that can play linebacker, and he's shown also the ability to get after the passer, might add value and gain
100%.
snaps.
Exactly.
Don't forget, guys, he's one of those that joined the team after the first couple of weeks of the season. Big booming punt from Matt Hawk. Out of Arizona State, Grayson lets it go.
Got to field that.
Yep, and it cost him about 6-7 yards, didn't it?
Yeah.
Second ball on the turf.
Second ball on the turf, you have to field that one. That's tough.
62-yard punt by
Grayson
Hawk.
knows it as well.
Yep.
Sean's talking to him about it.
Getting ready for his 4th season with the Saints. He was richly rewarded, and deservedly so, during the offseason. So Michael Thomas, more catches over the first 3 years than anyone else in NFL history. We know the first 3 in the wide receiver set. Ted Ginn Jr., Traquan Smith. That's why it's going to be interesting whether it is, we looked at already today, Emmanuel Butler. Simi Cobbs will come on a little bit later. Keith Kirkwood. A lot of jobs up for grabs at that position in particular. Good cut, Ozigbo. Big run by Ozigbo. And a first down and breathing room. He's got the lean, didn't he?
Well, he found the lane. He was able to put his foot in the ground and make that one cut and hit the hole. It's going to happen on the back side of this play. It's right there. I mean, you make one. You run your way through one arm tackle, and you get a first down. That's a great vision by Ozigbo and hitting the hole with speed and confidence.
Gain of 12 all the way out to the 19-yard line. Deontay Harris, almost like a little H-back off to the right side. And Ozigbo, it looked like a loss. Instead, it's a gain of 2. Give him credit because he didn't go down with the first pop.
That was a good job. And going back to the receivers, you just mentioned Deontay Harris is out there at receiver because this is Sean trying to say, okay, we have a returner right now in Deontay Harris. We know what he can do. Very explosive. Can we steal a few snaps with him at wide receiver in the slot? If we can get a fly sweep, a screen, a wide receiver screen or something to him. And then that's what, unfortunately, is what will then bump somebody out at that receiver position.
So you've got 8 guys beyond the first 3 that are fighting.
Yep.
And most likely, good dump off. It's Jacquez Rogers for another first down. Well timed with Teddy Bridgewater to get it out for a first down to the 30.
Yeah, that was a good-looking play.
That 8 guys for 3 spots. What, 6 wide receivers, guys?
And you may see more than that. You may see 7 wide receivers again, going back to Deontay Harris, if he doesn't cut it at the wide receiver spot, it's not like they're going to cut him.
No.
Right? He has a spot at the special teams as a returner. So now they're going to look at other guys that may stay, and then you'll see them either rotate them in and out as the injuries start to happen. You know, it's very, very tricky. It's definitely an art. It's not a science.
Bridgewater, and he was outside of the tackle box, just off the fingertips. As going up high was Michael Burton, who's the second fullback on the squad, fifth year out of Rutgers.
Well, it's Bridgewater extending the play. He's trying to create space. Emmanuel Butler's trying to find a little opening to give him an option, but really there was nowhere to go with the ball. And he's trying to buy time.
Yeah, good coverage by the Dolphins.
It'll be 2nd and 10. Ozigbo stays in the backfield.
You got Jordan Humphrey in the slot.
Big target. Another 6'4" receiver. Protection holds up.
And there he goes.
Deep down the middle, wide open and available. There's little Jordan Humphrey, the rookie undrafted out of Texas. He makes big plays.
He makes big plays, and you mentioned I didn't want to telegraph the play, but when you have a 6'4" receiver in the slot, there's clearly a reason why. And then I'm going back to the Marcus Colston days. Anytime in practice, you and Sean Payne, you thought you were so smart putting Colston in the slot. I knew what was happening. That's exactly it. Put that tall guy right down the seam, make a nice big target. Great throw by Teddy Bridgewater.
And create matchup problems, right? I mean, that's what they used to do with Marcus Colston, Jimmy Graham. You get those big, tall receivers.
And then now look at the speed.
You got it on the jet sweep. A little reverse action, Deontay Harris.
There you go. And now you start to – it's actually interesting because this is setting up for week 1 where defensive coordinators, you're looking at the Texans, are going to say, okay, this guy comes in the game. Now we have to start practicing for this as well. We just can't worry about him as a returner. He can be a legitimate threat in the offense.
Expanded player profile, right? Yep. How much can you add to our team? How many snaps? What situations can we create for you that will be advantageous for our team?
Almost unbalanced look on the left side. Come back the other way. Need a yard. Ozigbo's got it. So you load it up on the left side. You bring it back to the right side, and you get about 3 or 4.
Yeah, you know, that was actually a really good cut by Ozigbo. It tells me he understands that it's not a home run every time. It's 3rd and 1, 2nd and 1, short yardage. Get the first down, get another set of downs, and move on. That was a great job by him.
Know the situation, know what we need from you. We don't need you to hit a home run right here. We need a yard and a half. Good patience.
Yeah, really good patience.
Drive started back at the Saints 7. Their best drive by far. Out of the gun, the dump. It's Ozigbo. Belted. Well, I'll tell you something, though.
Doesn't go
Young
down.
man does not quit.
He does not go down easy.
He is a very physical running back.
And has shown good hands. I mean, he's been able to catch the ball out of the backfield. And it's hard for the first guy to bring him down. You have to like what you see from him.
I like what I see from him. If he's on the bubble, I think he's on the good side of that bubble is staying.
So when you're talking about game 4, does it really matter? Watch Ozigbo.
Yes.
You know what I mean? This is a game where he's saying, try to cut me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm giving you every reason to keep me, find a spot for me. If you've got a coach that's vying for your spot on this team, here's a reason. Let me build a case for you.
Right. Trips on the wide side. Did they pick up the blitz? They do. And Ozigbo holds on. Nice grab. Not much there, but still what an effort on a high ball that he got his left paw up to bring it in.
There you go. Stage, as you said. He's putting it on film.
I like that. Try to cut me.
Try to cut me.
Try to cut me.
Try to cut me.
Again, there's 32 teams that will watch this film every game across the board. And, you know, if you're the Saints, you say, can we stash him on the practice squad?
No, he's going to be gone.
You're going to can't slip him through.
So then you're going, all right, that's one less wide receiver or one less safety that we'd love to keep, but that's the argument that you're going to have to play. How many snaps can we get from these guys when we can only dress 45 on a Sunday?
Yeah, and then play. Can they get these? There, hold, and a grab. Touchdown, Saints. Emmanuel Butler, despite being held.
And these are great throw and catch.
That's a great throw by Teddy.
Great throw by Teddy, but That's the type of play that we've been talking about with Emmanuel Butler. Every time we ask players, hey, who's been playing well? Who's been popping off for you guys in practice? And they'd say Emmanuel Butler.
Well, I mean, the cornerback is beat. He's trying to undress him a little bit. Emmanuel Butler just fights his way through and with strong hands goes up and snatches the ball out of the air for a touchdown.
That was a pretty serious drive. Started back at the 7. Mixed the run and the pass well. A couple of big pass plays as Will Lutz punches it through. And just like that, with 4+ to play in the half, Saints didn't do much early, did they? They got the lead now, though. They're up by a point as we return to New Orleans. The Saints touchdown sponsored by Ochsner Health System. Innovating healthcare. Reach out and touch someone. They tried to hold them up.
And that is a good throw. Look at where Teddy Bridgewater places that ball. Great throw and catch.
Love those fans' reactions right there. Back deep, Mark Walton. He's at the goal line waiting for the Will Lutz kick. Walton, not from Bentonville, Arkansas. And he'll stay in the end zone. So the Dolphins will get it now for the 4th time of the first half, trailing for the first time. And to give you an idea, and Miami's in a rebuilding mode. We mentioned Fitzpatrick, and Brian Flores, their new head coach, has just taken over the defensive coordinator for the Patriots in their Super Bowl win last year. Miami was 26th in scoring. They averaged 20 points a game last year. In comparison, don't forget the Saints were 3rd in the NFL, a little over 31 points a game. So they bring in a defensive coordinator as a new head coach, and then they're going to go with the experience, not a second-year quarterback. They're in rebuilding mode. We'll get into what they have because they got a ton of picks. In fact, they got 12 draft choices in the next one. And they could have, next summer, almost $100 million in cap space. First down carry, and at the bottom of the pile.
I hear that, Joel, with the draft picks and the cap space. But football is a now league. It is not a future league.
Well, that's tough, though. They've been waiting for a while in Miami. You know that.
Exactly. All the more reason why they need to worry about the now instead of the future. You talk about coaches now don't even get the 3 years. I mean, the Arizona coach last year got fired after 1 season. So nothing's guaranteed.
That was Wes Horton who blew up that play and threading it through. Rudock with a nice throw going to his tight end.
Jake Rudock has been impressive today. Yep. He's done a very good job.
And I tell you, I'm watching Vince Beagle off the edge. I mean, he made the tackle on the first down and then was pressuring the quarterback on the second. So he's a guy that primarily is a linebacker, but if he
has
can
some pass rushing ability. Yes.
If he can steal a couple snaps as a pass rusher.
I'm trying to understand, how is it that I, as a defensive guy, talking about quarterback play, and you, as the offensive guy, have been watching a defensive end the whole time?
Hey, that's what I watch the defenses. That's what I've always done.
They really lost Isaiah Ford on that coverage, didn't they?
Yes, they did. And again, we talk about it's not confusing. These calls that they're putting in, they're not confusing. They're frankly probably the same call every time, to be honest with you. And the fact that they can't execute, then that starts to let the coaches know who can process or not. This is unfortunate to see Patrick Robinson down right now.
Yeah, especially coming off the injury that he sustained last year that wiped out most of his season.
Yes.
So 10 years in the league trying to make it. And we figured we were going to see him out there because it's tight in the battle in the secondary.
He's right here on your screen. Let's see if we can pick up anything on the tackle.
Is it friendly fire more than anything else?
He might have been rolled up on.
Sankey.
Doesn't look like there's a lot of
If you look at his down by his
contact?
ankles, a little contact. And it looks like Sankey might have rolled on his ankle a little bit. Hopefully he's okay. He's walking off, which is good.
Good sign.
Yes.
But still, they will get the tent ready to be evaluated. So it's a first down and the long throw to Isaiah Ford out of Virginia Tech, their 7th round pick a couple of years ago. Walton the single on a play fake, too much time, and Rudock will find him. Again, the tight end, who he hooked up with before. That's Chris Myrick, the rookie out of Temple. You can almost see that in slow motion develop, couldn't you?
Yeah, and you look at the high end zone right here. It's nothing but a simple 3 verticals. You have max protection in the backfield, giving time for the routes to develop. As I said, very impressed with Rudolph right now. Look at where he places the ball over the backer, in between the safety. Safety can't make the play. Banjo comes, tries to break it up. Great call, great execution.
And a nice adjustment by Walton. Bouncing to the outside and close to a 1st and goal. He's out at the 6. It'll be 2nd and short. Crowley forces him out, and that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Saints with a 1-point lead over Miami in preseason game number 4. Tonight's Saints game is brought to you in part by Rouse's, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. And by Cox. Watch together, cheer together, celebrate together. Cox, proud partner of the New Orleans Saints.
And so if you lob it up,
it'll be 2nd, man, about 3. Conversation always continues during breaks around here. X's and O's, talking football. Final 2 minutes of the half, and an entertaining one. Walton in the flat was the first option. That's taken away. Back line of the end zone, just out of the reach of Jakeem Grant. I want to remind everybody, the final play app, just download it. You'll get everything you want Saints-wise. The final play app.
I'll tell you what, the Saints' red zone defense is something to really brag about right now. The Dolphins have been down there, and I understand it's simple, but it's been executed very well.
Yep.
The Dolphins have thrown different route combinations there, trying to work their offense, and the Saints have picked it up every time. That's frankly the only reason why the Saints are winning right now.
Need 3. Walton's going to get it as he spins inside the 2. What has really been strong for Miami, at first, Walton set it up early on the ground.
Yes.
But Jake Rudick is their 3rd quarterback on the depth chart. And if he's not with Miami, he's 12 of 15, guys. He's only got 3 misses so far, 150 yards. He's really
he's going to be with somebody
in control.
Yes, you can tell he has a good command of the offense. He understands not only the offensive plays but the defensive plays as well. And of course, that running game is helping him out.
It's Walton going low. And he's down to the 1. It'll be 2nd and goal from there as the clock continues to roll. Final minute 10 of the half.
Well, for this Saints defense, they've been bending, right? I mean, the Dolphins have been able to run the ball pretty effectively. They've been cut up a little bit with the passing game, but you look at the scoreboard and they've come away with 2 field goals. Another big defensive stand right here, and you have to be impressed that they've been able to keep the Dolphins out of the end zone.
Yeah, the only reason the Saints were up right now, 7-6. This is going to be a huge play right before the end of the half. 2nd down right now. A moral victory. We're not taking those all the time, but a moral victory. They hold them to 3 right here.
And good penetration. Walton won't get there.
Stuffed again.
You got it. Good penetration at the point of attack.
Yeah.
That's tough sledding inside.
That is, and you know, you don't get to practice this enough. This goal line type of 4 downs, 1 yard to go, if you score, you win, you know, that type of scenario. You don't get to practice that a lot. And fortunately, this is really, really good practice for these guys right now. And they're holding up, man. It's strong. It's tough down there.
And that's Beagle off the edge to meet the lead back, which, let's be honest, I have seen more eye backfield from the Dolphins than I've seen in an NFL game in quite some time.
Yeah, this is the old Patriots, right? Florence went way back to get this offensive scheme.
You know, when I was preparing for the game, guys, they had the picture of Nick Bonacani, undersized middle linebacker, 5'11", 220,
yeah.
And it reminded me of guys with great motors.
Yes.
This kind of sequence. It'll be 3rd and goal to the 2. Rudock on the roll, back of the end zone, touchdown Miami. He finds Reese Horn. 6'3", 215-pound wide receiver on a breakdown of the coverage.
Yeah, breakdown of the coverage. You had the corner and the slot corner. Not really sure who was going to go high, who was going to go low. You watch both of them go to the flat, and they leave the flag or the post route. Excuse me, the corner route over.
Yeah, got a little
flat flag is what we called it in our very, very, very technical football terms there.
It sounds like it.
Jason Sanders with a point after. He's already got a couple of field goals in the game from 46 and 26 yards away. And to make it a 6-point lead. Perfect. So the Dolphins, 75-yard drive, 10 plays. But the big play for the Saints, the rookie out of Texas. He's hardly been on the field. Made the most of his opportunity. It's our connection to the game brought to you by Cox. Watch together, cheer together, celebrate together. Cox, proud partner of the Saints.
Well, JV, you identified it early. You had a big target in the slot lined up and coverage between the safety and the linebackers. It's a similar play which we just saw the Dolphins execute, but little Jordan Humphreys is a big target running down that seam.
Yeah, he's making the most of his opportunity, and that's what I love about football. It's not about how many plays are you getting, but it's about what do you do when you get those plays? Are you being productive? And we always talk about it's production. That's it right there. You say, look, I got a 6'4" guy in the slot. Everyone knows it. We still make the 30-yard reception. That's great football.
So a 10-play, 75-yard drive. Grayson lets it go through the end zone. Juan Kincaid, Mike Monty in the studio. We'll check in with the guys in just a moment with 17 seconds left in the half. They'll break it down for us. Answer some of your questions as well in a 6-point game. In total net yards in the half, not quite 2-1, but just about 2-1. And look who's on the field.
Bridgewater,
the Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, we got the.
So Taysom Hill is
going to take a note. Teddy Bridgewater did enough to do a good job.
Think Taysom needs some reps at victory formation?
Yeah. So he understands what it is to go down. Not running around.
The one drive that stands out, it was the third possession of the game for the Saints. 10 plays, 93 yards, and a perfect toss for Teddy Bridgewater to Emmanuel Butler for the Saints points over the first 30 minutes of play. We'll get ready to send to the studio. They'll break it down for you in just a moment. Stay with us, though, in New Orleans, 13-7, Dolphins at the half. Halftime continues. A 6-point lead right now for the Dolphins over the Saints as they kind of control the football, to say the least. So welcome back to the Superdome. Joel Myers, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, a couple of Super Bowl champions. We're going to be joined in just a couple of minutes by another starter from the Super Bowl championship squad. Let's go over a couple of guys, though, that stood out in the first 30 minutes of play. Zigbo, he's got that lean. He's got the look, doesn't he?
He does have the look, and he's able to now catch the ball. We're seeing him coming out of the backfield, not only run the ball, but pass protection and being a threat. And that reminded me of Pierre Thomas. I mentioned it early on, where you have a guy that's a serious threat to be able to run the ball and can contribute in the passing game.
Then you've got Emmanuel Butler, the only touchdown for the Saints. He's got that look as well, and you can't teach what he also possesses, which is length, 6'4".
Well, he had the one drop early, but after that he was unstoppable. He had a nice catch down the sideline and then went over the cornerback as he was draped on his jersey to pull in that touchdown with really strong hands.
Yeah, kind of looked like me when I played.
In Madden, when you played on the video
game?
I'm
talking about in real life. When I was, never.
You know what?
You remember, right?
I was thinking about it. I was ready to go to NBA 2K. Let's head downstairs. Latest from the locker room. Megan, what's the first?
I talked to head coach Sean Payton at the half. He said he was pleased with Teddy Bridgewater's drive for a touchdown. He did say, however, though, he wants more efficiency. He wanted to see more third down conversions early on. He's hoping that they'll put some more points up second half.
All right, Megan, thank you. Our sideline report brought to you by Visit Baton Rouge, an authentic Louisiana experience. So we get ready for the start of the second half. Saints will have it. Cyril Grayson Jr. is going to receive the kickoff for the Saints. And as I mentioned, just a couple of minutes from now, we'll have a very special guest with us. Numbers tell you the story, and especially time of possession. Yet the Saints had a really impressive drive, that third one with Teddy Bridgewater. And let's see if there's a return in the future of Cyril Grayson Jr. Good scoop. Now the opportunity for the young man. Tried to bounce outside, takes it across the 20, as the Saints will have it at their own 23. So return of 19. The first two drives, not much. 3 and out with the punt, only one first down. The third drive, though, 10 for 93, and the touchdown pass of 12 yards as Taysom Hill takes over, making plays. And it's kind of funny because you brought up Teddy Bridgewater. Teddy learned how to go down. Taysom Hill never wants to go down.
No, not at all. I also watched Alize Mack go into the lineup as well. I'm interested to see how he's going to perform because, yes, he was drafted in the 7th round, but could easily be a practice squad guy if he doesn't perform and give some production.
Straight and deep drop. Taysom Hill is going to be belted from behind, hangs on to the football. But the sack for Miami is going to belong to Dwayne Hendricks.
Yeah, very interesting. It was all protection. They kept everyone in, had a 2-man route, and it was good coverage by the Dolphins right there.
Well, they only rushed 4, but there's nowhere to go with the ball for Taysom. If he's just got to find the running back check down and get rid of it. But there was no receiver open. They were playing coverage all the way.
Yeah, good coverage by the Dolphins.
Hendricks, big rookie out of Pitt. Rodgers, the running back, takes it across the 24 out to the 25, a gain of about 4 for Jacquizz Rodgers. So opening minute of the 3rd quarter, and let's see if the launch point is different with Taysom Hill, because the way that you can move the pocket and exploit his athleticism.
Isn't it amazing to hear the reaction when Taysom Hill comes in the game? I mean, he might get the same amount of cheers. He's close to Drew Brees when it comes
I knew you were going there with this thing.
You kidding me?
And I wanted to stop you before you did that. No.
Wait a minute. What is our elevation up here?
I don't know.
Is it a mile high?
He needs an IV or something, man. He's delusional.
He needs 7 right here. Number 7, and underneath. Grab his May, but it's going to be just short for Simmie Cobbs Jr. out of Indiana. Wrapped up immediately, short of the first down by about 1.5 yards.
Just telling you, fans are fired up about some Taysom Hill.
Okay, I can accept that one.
You can accept it, huh?
But I can't accept when you say as loud as Drew Brees.
Did you hear that cheer? It's your 3rd-string quarterback just winning the game.
You said
and these folks
it
cheered.
Was almost as loud as when Drew Brees goes on the field.
He's a wildcat.
Exactly.
He gets excited about that wildcat. Thomas Morstead with a beauty. TJ Ramming waiting back. He'll call for the fair catch. He's got it cleanly at his own 15. So Miami has it for the first time in the second half, deep in the road territory after a 54-yard punt. It has been 10 years. It doesn't seem that long because it meant so much to this city. Super Bowl 2009 for the Saints, and we're joined. I mentioned I've got a couple of Super Bowl champions with me every time we come into the booth. We have 3 Super Bowl winners with us, and a special announcement by our 3rd, and that's Jermon Bushrod, a guy who was drafted by the Saints. He had Drew Brees' blind side starting left tackle in the Super Bowl. John Stinchcomb starting right tackle in the Super Bowl. Jonathan Vilma other side, making sure there were stops. Jermon, first of all, congratulations on a great career. It's first down for the Dolphins as they'll get about 4 or 5 yards. That's insignificant when we have you up here. But this is a special night for you because you've made an announcement, haven't you?
I'm about to make it now. I just wanted to tell the Who Dat Nation that I'm taking this time to step away from the game of football. I'm going to retire and just enjoy my family, and I'm going to enjoy life. And I got to give a special shout out to the Benson family, the organization, all my teammates over the years, my family, my mother, father, sister, my wife, my beautiful kids, everybody who supported me and prayed for me over the years. It's been everything to me, and I've just been so blessed to have this opportunity, and I hope I did everything in my power to make you guys happy. And the Super Bowl was amazing, and I can't wait to see how these guys do this year. So, again, I'm taking this time, Who Dat Nation. I'm stepping away from the game of football, but I love you. I'll always love you guys. I'll always be here, so thank you.
Well said.
That is
congratulations.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You've had a great career.
One thing
and it's nice you did it with these 2 here.
Yeah, well, there's one thing I want to go back against. You said, I hope you made all of us happy, bro. It was man. You are my guy. Of course you made us happy, man. Of course.
We was family, man. I loved it, man. I loved every bit of it. Every single bit of it.
You remember when Joe Vitt always used to tell us we would walk together forever.
Yes, sir.
And that never rings true. Since now we're retired, you're retired. Saints has been retired for like 20 years.
Yeah.
And so, but we come back, we get to hang out. And it's like we never missed a beat.
Right.
It's always a lot of fun. You know, Cinch and I have been having a great time up here. So if you want to join us for the rest of the time, you're more than welcome.
Don't threaten me with a good time.
And by the way, he meant that. They don't let me get in the way.
No, we don't.
It's a great conversation with these two.
Be careful what you ask for.
Yes, exactly.
Well, we want your input because we're getting ready for hopefully what is a magical season because, as Finch, you've said it, expectations are extremely high.
Well, and Bush, you can speak to this. I mean, you're a fourth-round guy who came in, and you played in these fourth-week preseason games, and you don't know in year one that you're going to make it 12 years, two-time Pro Bowl, win a Super Bowl, be a cornerstone for an organization. What's your mindset?
Well, you got to go in here and you have to just work on yourself. Don't worry about anything else that's going on. Be the best player that you can be individually, and that will, ultimately bring you to be the best teammate. And, when every single year you're just trying to find a way to get a little bit better and leave it out there for your guys.
Okay, so now talk about 2009. We had a really good run. I wanted to hear from you. I wanted to hear from Stinch. Go back to those practice days when the defense used to kick your butts.
Wow.
Right? Let's talk about those days.
Wow.
See, Bush, dealing with up here, man.
Listen,
That's just the defensive
I just want to know, what was that feeling like? Hey, don't mute me.
Right there.
Don't mute me. I just want to know, what was that feeling like when we used to kick your butts in practice? Because I felt like we made you better.
You know what made us better? Sorry to jump in, but
it's all good.
Was the fact that they had read through our entire script of plays.
We didn't.
That's just what the defense does. Every single Friday, we had a little competition. I'm definitely sure we won that.
Oh, you did not. But I will say that was one of the things. If I miss football, that was what I missed. It was the times that we would go, we compete, we'd have fun, talk a little trash, and then we take it to the field and we kick everyone's butts, especially that year.
Exactly.
Started off 13-0, so that was a great time. And we've been saying that the Saints have that same type of culture.
Yeah, let's revisit
right now.
those moments,
let's go
guys.
back to that, where the famous onside kick
ambush.
Funny thing was, everyone asked, were we nervous? I was like, no, we weren't nervous. You practiced it for 2 weeks. We're like, you might as well run it. Yeah, go ahead
all
and run
week. It was like 30 days.
That's what it felt like.
By the way, Jermon Bushrod is with us, a Super Bowl champion. And Jermon, it was supposed to be a warm, fuzzy moment, but we forgot that Vilma was in the booth.
It will never be warm and fuzzy when I'm here. No. Defensive guys don't do warm and fuzzy.
But Bushy, speak to this. I mean, the atmosphere that was created in that locker room. You talk trash, you have your rivalries among your guys, but at the end of the day, it's a brotherhood.
And family, man. And when you invest your time into guys, not just on the field, but off the field, it just elevates your play, because you don't want to let that guy down next to you. And, that's kind of the mindset that kind of got me through my career. As long as I'm out there, the guy beside me to my right and left, I want to make sure that, we go home feeling good.
Play for your brothers.
Yep.
And I really sense that from the guys. We can, being that you played for 12 years, we played for a while, we can go into a locker room, we can automatically sense it when it's there, right?
Yes.
If they have it, they have that it factor, that glue factor that makes up a really, really good team. The Saints have it. When they cleaned up the locker room, there were 3 straight 7-9 seasons. Frankly, there were bad apples on the team, in the locker room. It wasn't a good culture. And to Sean's credit, to Mickey's credit, they've turned that around ASAP, and they have some really good guys, man. I'm excited for the Saints this season.
Yeah, I am too. And the good thing about it is, the business side caught up with me in this game, and we took 5 years off, here in New Orleans. But when I came back, it was the same, man.
Yes.
Like it's the same, offense and defense. And, we are 2 separate entities, when it comes to the game, but we just all kind of mesh together, and we won a lot of games.
So is it what I'm hearing is it was the 5 years that he stepped away where that chemistry was
you notice how he was quick to mention that, right? The 5 years gone. Yeah, that's when the Saints struggled.
You know how New Orleans does to us, man. I didn't want to leave the first time, but what happens. It's a business, and sometimes you got to put that behind you.
Yeah, and you mentioned when you left in Chicago and the Dolphins are right here, but where did you, obviously you're going to say the Saints, but I know you had a good time here, but where did you notice it the most that there was something special here with the Saints?
You said, when did I notice it?
Was it with the Dolphins or with the Bears that you noticed it more so that I was like, you know what, we had something really good going on at the Saints?
Honestly, man, like, just when I left, man, like, when you go to another organization and they just don't have that love and that chemistry in the locker room, and it was good. Like, I'm not taking anything away from Chicago or Miami, but, you know, it's Louisiana, man. People, the fans here, you know, it's kind of like, you know, we step out on that field, but it's like everybody's out there, you know, because we're one big family playing for a bigger goal. And this is such a special region, and, you know, they deserve a winning team. They deserve a good culture. And, you know, I was very blessed to be a part of it.
You're right. I've never seen a fan base that bonds with the team the way that New Orleans Saints fan base has bonded with the Saints. I'd never seen that. I came from the Jets. I got traded here in 2008. You see a nice hit right there.
By 74. I think that was in your honor.
In your honor right there, Bushrod.
I'll take it.
I remember the Jets are diehard. They have diehard fans, and no doubt about it. Very loyal. But it wasn't the same chemistry. It wasn't the same bond. Like, we lost a game with the Jets. It was, oh, you guys lost. You guys stink. And naturally, as fans are upset. But when we lost here in New Orleans, it was, hey, did you give your best effort?
Right.
If you did, we can live with that because we come here to see you guys go as hard as you can go on Sunday, and they were appreciative of that. And for me, I said, wow, when fans are that appreciative, it makes me want to play that much harder.
For sure.
I don't know about y'all, but after we won the Super Bowl, you'd go around town and fans wouldn't say congratulations, they'd say thank you.
Yes.
Right. There's a bond where
right.
they feel like there's ownership and participation.
Well, we got into that last week. We talked about the bond between the city and the team. And you and I both agree we've never seen that kind of bond before. There's a relationship between the city and this team. You see it in college sometimes. You don't see it in the pros. And when did you guys, Jermon, tell us, when did you recognize that we got something cooking? We got something very special here in New Orleans in 2009.
You know, I came back last year, and a lot of people know the story that happened with my family and I last year. And I can sit back and I can reference 2009 season because we won the Super Bowl and we won a lot of games. We had a lot of success. But when you have a team, you know, when I think of team, I think of family. So, you know, when adversity struck us last year, the team, you know, from literally from the top to the bottom, they prayed for us. They helped us. They visited us. They comforted my wife. You know, they just loved us like we were, like we were brother. You know, so it just made us feel extremely special. And that's how, you know, we had to get back out there and help the team. And, you know, when Teron went down last year, that's how, you know, I had the motivation to do it because my guys, they just looked out for me.
We got a timeout of the field. 3 more for Sanders and the Dolphins. But, by the way, Shy Tuttle is honoring you right now with number 74.
I appreciate it.
We continue with Jermon Bushrod in just a moment. Saints game is brought to you in part by Hooters. Host your fantasy draft at Hooters and get a free draft kit plus $200 worth of freebies. And by Cox. Watch together, cheer together, celebrate together. Cox, proud partner of the New Orleans Saints. Welcome back once again. We are honoring a great Saint who has announced his retirement tonight, Jermon Bushrod. And we're going to continue our conversation as Grayson will going to bring it out about 7-8 yards into the end zone. Over to the left side and out of bounds at about the 24. Let me ask you this. When you were drafted, I've only been in the city 8 years, and it's the most unique city in America.
For sure.
It is one of the great treasures we have in this country, and I mean that. I love living here. When you were drafted out of Towson, 4th round with the Saints, did you know much about the city? What did you think when you heard New Orleans is drafting you?
I did not. I didn't think I was even coming here, to be honest with you. They didn't talk to me, you know, before the draft. But Doug Marrone came and worked me out the Monday before the draft. And I don't know, I guess it was good enough. And they ended up taking me, and here we are.
So, Bushy, question. Was it the summer that you came and lived with us in Athens, my wife and I, training, you know, just all the knowledge I was trying to impart, right?
Oh, brother.
Wow. Would you say that was like the most influential period of time in your life?
That's when we flipped the switch, man. So, yeah, it was all because of you, your knowledge, in and out of the classroom is because. But, no, the thing is, though, I had great people in front of me, I had great leaders. I could always lean on these guys.
Yeah, everybody but Stinch, right?
Yeah, pretty much.
Good.
I just had to get past the sarcasm.
You still have a headset on?
I do have the headset on. Yes, I do.
By the way, while we were away, Jonathan Vilma didn't stop. We're lucky we weren't on the air. It continued. It was truly, we were in the locker room.
Exactly. You don't get it. This was the locker room every day. This is what I really miss. We had so much fun.
Yeah,
you don't miss training camp?
What? No.
I'll give you a free pass to Millsap.
Yeah.
No,
Thank
Oh,
you.
my gosh.
Man, that training camp in Millsap, that was the worst.
I'll tell you, I contemplated football after a couple practices. But we got through it, though, baby.
Jermon Bushrod, it's interesting because you weren't at the Greenbrier.
No.
You missed the Greenbrier.
I heard that was
in the
Camp
Cupcakes.
Yeah, right, I was about to
Camp
say, and the Saints aren't missing it either.
No,
they're not.
It's back to work time.
For sure.
Is what it
For
boils
sure.
down to. First down, by the way, Jimmy Cobbs Jr. caught it from Taysom Hill. And now Taysom looking for a bundle will go underneath, and that's Grayson. And nice yards after the catch for another first down. So what is life going to be now after your NFL career? I know you're in South Florida.
Yeah.
What are your plans moving forward?
Well, the wife and I, we have baby number 4 on the way. So I'm just spending some. Thank you. I'm just spending some time with the family. Help getting the kids up, taking them to school right now, and making sure the wife's good. And once this baby's here and we're able to just settle down a little bit more and she's comfortable, then we'll start putting some real thought into what's going to happen after this. But I'm in a good place, man. This is a time to be celebrated. I'm not going to have the I'm gonna fight it not to have the retirement blues, but I'm gonna continue to just keep the right people around me and keep doing the right thing.
Well, here's the most important question, serious question. How is your health?
I feel good.
That's good.
I feel good. I mean,
that's the key.
That's the key.
haven't been running into anybody.
It feels good,
over
right?
and over.
Yeah, it feels good.
Yes, indeed.
I always ask guys that recently retired, how's your health? Because it's all said and done. Football's done. And now, as you said, you're talking about raising the kids, time off, taking them to school, and having your health and being able to do that, and then being financially stable enough to do it and not have to worry about working and things of that nature. The only thing that matters at that point is our health.
That's the reason why we play, to set our families up.
To set our families up and hopefully come out healthy, strong, and be able to enjoy the fruits of our labor.
I totally agree.
Well, would you like to someday get back and involved in the game, whether it be coaching, front office?
I'll have to do something. I've been playing sports since I was knee-high, and it's what makes me happy. And it would be great for me to be able to help people out, help young players out like, coaches has helped me out over the years, because you don't get to where you are without
good help, good coaching.
Exactly. Just some good people around you just to push you.
Well, I don't know about you, JV, but I think he might have some opportunities. I'm sure you've seen some of his Instagram posts.
Yes.
So, if he was wanting to model a variety pack of do-rags.
Again, don't blame me, blame the wife. And this is a good time to plug my Instagram, J_Bushrod.
We know.
So you are a social media maven is what you're saying.
I'm having fun. I went on a couple vacations in a couple weeks. These guys hanging over my head.
Here looking for sponsorship deals. Don't let it fool you. He's looking for do-rag deals, car deals, anything that he can get his hands on right now.
Funds aren't coming in, brother. I'm trying to save what I got.
Do you think it's going to tug at you a little bit, though? A lot of guys, and then you look at Stinch and Jonathan. Man, if you guys taking care of yourself post-football, and Stinch, what are you, 50 pounds less?
Yeah, from the top.
Right.
Probably 65.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Really?
That's a goal, man.
Awesome.
I don't want to continue to be as big as I am.
No. How much do you weigh?
I'm teetering 310 and under, so we're heading in the right direction. I went on vacation.
310 and under?
I went on vacation. I was about 303. I came back on vacation. I was 312.
312-ish. Give or take.
A bad weekend can definitely get you back up.
You look good to me.
I feel good.
But I wear glasses.
Yes, indeed.
I had to do that for Vilma. Vilma's bringing out a lot in us in this booth.
We just got to have fun. Meanwhile, the Saints are driving.
Yes.
They've been actually doing well.
And there's a flag on the play.
There's a penalty.
Right, coming up. Turning the corner for the Saints on the carry. Kerwin Williams. We thought we'd see Williams and a Zigbo.
Yes.
We've also seen Jacquizz Rodgers.
Jacquizz Rodgers, if he doesn't make the team, I saw some very nice cuts by him as we were talking. He still has the ability to be a contributor at the running back position. If it's not with the Saints, I would be very surprised if he doesn't get picked up by somebody else.
Good call.
Another thing that I noticed was Taysom Hill sitting in the pocket, not scrambling. Very, very interesting. And I like to see that because we already know that he can run. I want to see growth. I want to see that he can sit in the pocket. We're not saying he has to, but knowing that he has the ability to throw the ball and still beat you with his arm, that's a dangerous quarterback, a dangerous combination.
And off the play fake, wanted to go with a screen.
And as soon as I say that, he runs.
There's the ad-lib, and nice slide at second base.
Exactly.
That's going to take us to the end of the quarter. Jermon, thank you for joining us. Congratulations. Really happy for you.
Thank you.
And congratulations on baby number 4.
See you in Florida, my man.
Yes, indeed.
See you in Florida.
Don't lose my contact.
I'm not. But I'm not wearing any do-rag.
Get ready for the start of the fourth quarter. Stay with us in New Orleans. Sounds of the game, all brought to you by Raising Cane's, official chicken of your New Orleans Saints, feeding your game day party for over 20 years. Touchdown Saints. Emmanuel Butler, despite being held.
That's the type of play that we've been talking about.
And Emmanuel Butler just fights his way through and with strong hands goes up and snatches the ball out of the air for a touchdown.
Only points of the game for the Saints. Taysom Hill looking at the crossing pattern. Little turn-in route and it produces a first down. All the way down to the 13 for Simi Cobbs.
Yeah, it was actually a nice adjustment by Simi Cobbs. The ball was a little bit behind him. Still able to get the ball, didn't want to break stride, and then got down in time before taking the big hit.
By the way, guys, and I said this to you, Jonathan, while we were away, you guys have a lifetime bond. And you can tell teams win when they have chemistry is the most underrated thing ever. In basketball, in football, in any sport, any team sport. And you guys have a bond for life. Man, oh man.
We always said it's not about having the best players. It's about having the best players that fit your culture, that fit your system, fit your team. That's what we had. We didn't have a bunch of, Pro Bowlers up and down the roster. We just had a bunch of guys that fit in. We did our job. We had fun. We enjoyed each other. And most importantly, we played for each other. We played hard. We played very hard for each other and for the city.
Yes, absolutely. There's such a special bond. I think it creates synergy when you care about the guy next to you.
Yes.
You push, and these games are so tight. Every roster has talent. You need that X factor. The X factor is relationship, and
that's
the fact
what it
that
is.
You are selfless. You care about the guy next to you more than you care about yourself.
Yes.
Taysom Hill making a miss. It'll be first and goal.
And that's what I love to see from Taysom Hill, where he's been staying in the pocket, throwing nice balls, playing well at quarterback, and then naturally he's going to use his ability on the outside. Nobody's open, make a guy miss, get some extra yards. I love it.
Yep. At the end of the day, do you care how he gets the first down?
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
There's preferences of maybe we'd prefer for him to stay in the pocket, but if he's able to run and get right next to the pylon, we'll take it all day. I mean, any Saints fan out there would be pleased to be on the 1 yard line, first and goal.
Yeah, trying to punch it in. First 90 seconds. They're going to look at it because he tried to get the ball across the plane at the end.
He did.
He tried to get it across, and the presence to know how close you are and get it out there. Does he cross it? Okay, and is he out of bounds first?
Still in bounds.
And is it a safety too?
That could either
not
be
a safety, but a touchback.
It could be a touchback.
Right. Did he lose the football, or was he out of bounds first? So is this going to cost the Saints and give it back to Miami? All right.
Play on.
Good.
That might be one of the most worst calls I dislike in the league is a fumble into the end zone is a touchback.
Rodgers, he's in. Touchdown, Saints.
Well, went from a touchdown went from not being a touchback to a touchdown. And I agree with you. There should be, I don't know what the solution is or what a different result would be, but I don't like it either.
At the end of the day, though, you get Rodgers to punch it in for a touchdown.
Yeah,
following
nice
the
power
big boy
play.
Groy.
Yeah, I like it. He had nobody blocking until he turned the corner and finally found the linebacker. Meets him one-on-one. That's a win, and that's a touchdown.
Go low. He did. Going for 2. Down by 3. That was a long drive by the Saints. Took 13th place. Hill has Rodgers in the backfield, and we're going to get a defensive timeout from Miami. Yes. Timeout Miami. And the game has had pace. It's got a rhythm to it as well. It's a 13-play, 65-yard drive. Almost 7 minutes off the clock before the touchdown by Jacquizz Rodgers. Now the 2-point conversion coming up. 3-point game. Now a 2-point conversion coming up for Sean Payton's Saints. I wanted to get into it. Maybe we'll get into it even with Jermon. He's already departed, but in the differences you guys see in Sean Payton. On the play fake, underneath, can he get there? No.
Nice tackle. Nice
it was the reception went to Shane Smith. Just couldn't get it. Inches away. So still a 3-point lead for Miami. Game's touchdown sponsored by Ochsner Health System. Innovating healthcare. Jacquizz Rodgers. Good push. So the Saints failed on the 2-point conversion. Trail by 3, but a lot of time left. 13:29 remaining in the fourth. Joel Myers, John Stinchcomb, Jonathan Vilma. And good to have you with us. And thanks to Jermon Bushrod for joining us as well.
He was great.
Yeah, starting tackle. You know, we were discussing that with Jermon, and Megan Payton sat down with Sean Payton, asked about the 2009 season.
So what does this trophy mean to you?
It's not the physical trophy, it's the memories that it represents.
And you have a few of those memories just like Sean Payton, guys.
I think not just the players, the entire Who Dat Nation. That's such a special moment for us, and really it was just one of so many that it was a culmination of
during
moments.
That season.
And
yeah,
man, special bond for the guys. Just a great memory for all of us.
Yeah, it's I feel the same way, Stinch. When I think about the Super Bowl, I don't think about the actual game. I think about the process that led up to the game, and not just those 2 weeks, which felt like forever. I'm talking about when you'll remember we went to Houston. We were practicing so hard against each other, and it was so competitive. And remember when we went to practice the Houston Texans, and they were shell-shocked. They had no idea what was going on and why we were so aggressive and so fast and so intense. And I remember looking at that being, kind of our quote-unquote first competition, and we beat them up so badly that I went over and I was talking with Roman Harper, and I was like, man, you know what? I think we can be really, really good. If this is supposed to be a good team and we just took it to them the way we did, we have a shot.
Well,
we have a shot.
And I think it was because iron sharpens iron. I mean, we had those relationships where, when we practice hard.
Yes.
And you get in the locker room and we're all buddy-buddy, but on that field, we got after it.
I remember the best thing Sean Payton did that whole season was he made sure that we never lost the competition of ones versus ones. So remember, we used to actually do run drills against each other, and then we would then break off and then do scout offense and defense. And then on Wednesdays, we'd do 7-on-7 against each other. And then, on Thursdays and Fridays was our famous Friday red zone. That competition was priceless. That helped us because it didn't matter what anyone ran so long as we were playing hard, fast, and executing.
And it's interesting you bring it up. I was there, believe it or not, because I did the Texans preseason TV games And you guys, yes, I remember it well. And I want to get back to that thought, though, that you just brought up. The way you pushed each other, the ones against the ones, and how healthy it was. Let's go to Coach Payton, though.
Yes.
And in my years here, I haven't seen, and it's from a distance, obviously, you guys are on the inside, but his focus, that hasn't changed, has it?
Well, in my opinion, he's one of the sharpest minds in the game. His ability to, each season, identify the tools that you can utilize and exploit them to punish defenses. I mean, yes, Drew has been a consistent force for this offense, but the pieces around him and how they're deployed, you have to give credit to his wisdom and just vision for each season.
Yeah, Joel, we were talking about it, John Skinstrom and I, and we said the reason that Sean Payton is one of the great ones is because he takes the mentality of a coach that says, I'm going to look for the strengths of my players and then incorporate it into my offense, as opposed to a lot of the generic coaches who say, I have this scheme and I'm going to run this scheme and that's all I know, and then I'll figure out how to get guys into my scheme, as opposed to saying, Taysom Hill, you know what, he's a really good runner. Let me go and find a few plays for him to be successful. That's what makes him great.
It's a great point. Adjusting your personnel and playing to their strengths.
Exactly.
Saints about to get it back, only down 3. It'll be Cyril Grayson waiting for the punt, but it's going to be a false start. So the flags have popped up a little bit on this drive for Miami.
False start.
Well, you can hear
offense number 6, 5-yard penalty, 4th down.
You can hear it when he evaluates players. He says, you know, we're trying to create a vision for this player. And whether it's a defensive guy, a special teams guy, they create a vision for each one of their players of, this is how I can see him contributing to our team. And I think that permeates through the entire organization.
Right, playing to what he does well.
Yes.
And utilizing his skill set. Matt Hawk and opponent away at a 64-yarder earlier in the game.
And as easy as that sounds, it is very, very difficult to be able to get it right.
Returnable tie for Cyril Grayson. Can he capitalize? Makes a miss, and that is popped past the 25 up to the 28. Well, it's 10 years ago, guys. Hard to believe it's been that long. The celebration, that'll last forever, won't it? Welcome back once again. Some of the scores around the NFL all brought to you by Keesler Federal Credit Union in your neighborhood, and that's a good thing. Well, the first 2 opponents for the Saints, Houston on a Monday night, September 9th. I can't wait to be in this building on opening night. And then back-to-back road games, the Rams first, and then the Seahawks in Seattle. That's a tough road trip. But fortunately, they're going to stay out there. In fact, after the Rams game, I like what Sean Payton's doing. They're going up to Seattle. They're going to work out and spend the week there. The dump off, the drop, and a little drop-off pass goes to Williams. Kerwin Williams. He's got good yardage on first down. Only need 3 to tie it up with 10.5 to play. Joel Myers, Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb. Final preseason game. So as you look at those scores as well, those preseason numbers, not a lot of starters on the field for any team.
Right.
They're trying to evaluate the bubble guys.
Exactly. So the scores don't necessarily reflect how the players are doing, especially when you're looking at key positions. So you want to make sure that the execution is there from the key guys that are on the bubble.
Right.
And then, go from there. I'm not worried so much about the score. That Seattle game is going to be very interesting. Seattle is a team, reminds me of the Saints, where they had to reinvent themselves a little bit as well. Had to get rid of the Legion of Boom.
Yeah, defense turned over.
The whole defense turned over. The running game turned over as well. And then similar to the Saints, where Drew Brees is the anchor, Russell Wilson's their anchor. And they've been very successful. Hats off to Pete Carroll. I'd love to see how they're going to perform this year. Second year in this whole new look Seattle Seahawks team.
You know where I see the biggest difference, though, if you're comparing teams, is that offensive line. I mean, one of the most unheralded groups. Well, and that's considering one's a Pro Bowl left tackle, Pro Bowl guards. You got a right tackle that was second-team All-Pro last year. I mean, the offensive line for New Orleans is overshadowed by Drew Brees, Michael Thomas, Alvin Kamara, and rightfully so. But they're the behind-the-scene creator of all those opportunities.
The reason Drew gets 4 or 5 seconds in the pocket, right, to scan the defense.
Can you get the blocks out there? Short gain for Williams on first down. He gets up to the 40-yard line. And this is an interesting time for guys like Kerwin Williams, because we mentioned all 31 teams are picking up on all this footage.
Yes.
And the wide receivers in particular. Simi Combs has had some moments. Emmanuel Butler definitely had some moments earlier in the game.
Little Jordan Humphrey had a great play. And, you know, the Saints being as successful as they've been the past few years, there will be more scouts, teams willing to take a player off of the Saints roster or a Saint that's just been cut, as opposed to a team that didn't have as many victories. You look at it and you say, okay, if we can't beat them, we want to beat them, and you want to get those players.
Williams again, and kept the Pistons moving because there wasn't much of a hole, and he got it up to the 45. It's going to bring up 3rd and 4 to keep the drive alive. And let's see what they decide to do. Taysom Hill, by the way, guys, has not missed. He's 8 of 8 for 56 yards.
I love it. Taysom Hill has sat in the pocket. He's made the right reads. He throws a check down instead of taking off and running with the football. I love the efficiency of Taysom Hill right now.
And by the way,
and avoiding the hits.
Right. If you're into quarterback ratings, Teddy Bridgewater finished the night at 112 on 9 of 13 for 83 yards with a touchdown toss.
That's it?
That's all. Is that all there is? Need 4 for the first down. Hill in trouble. And now a holding call coming up. Didn't get the first down. It should be declined by the Dolphins. But it looked like the hold is going to be called on Derek Kelly.
Tell you what, that is a challenge for an offensive lineman with a mobile quarterback. You feel like you're in good situation.
Yeah, he doesn't know where the quarterback is. It was actually good. He blocked it very well. Yeah, it was actually really good.
It looked like the engagement was pretty clean.
Yes, it was.
And then once the quarterback starts to escape the pocket, you know, the defensive end is trying to release, and it's an easy viewing angle for that back judge. They see it every time.
TJ Ramming going back deep once again. Thomas Morstead punt. So we've got 7:15 left.
And again,
in the preseason.
Joel, these snaps are critical. Having these special teams guys make some plays.
Well, Taysom Hill enjoying it. He loves the game, doesn't he? Tonight's Saints game is brought to you in part by Rouse's, official supermarket of the New Orleans Saints. By Raising Cane's, official chicken of your New Orleans Saints, feeding your game day party for over 20 years. And by Oster Health System, innovating healthcare. Welcome back once again to the Dome. It's back at the 16-yard line. Let's see if the Saints defense can get a stop here. It's going to the tight end. He's had a big night. And another first down as it's taken in by Chris Myrick. With more on the defense, downstairs we go. Megan Payton.
I talked to defensive coordinator Dennis Allen before the game, who's very excited about how his defense is looking right now. He did tell me, though, there's 4 to 5 roster spots on the defensive side that still need to be figured out. So this is a very valuable game to a lot of guys trying to make the team.
All right, Megan, thank you. And obviously they could be on the field right now, so there's going to be a holding call. Came off to the left. There was a flag thrown in the offensive backfield.
Offense number 68, 10-yard penalty. Replay first down.
They call it on Tony Adams.
Tell you what, I think Geno Grissom is thanking his lucky stars to get away with what could have been very easily called a horse collar on the tackle.
Yes.
But isn't it amazing? I mean, you're in game 4, and usually, I mean, let's be honest, JV, by preseason game number 2, you know who 45 of the 53 men on the roster are going to be. I think this game is influential for both sides of the ball. DA saying 4 to 5 guys just on defense alone.
You know, it's a testament to the scouting department, to be quite honest, because when the level of talent is that narrow, right? That means that you have a really good, or you have a really good scouting department. They're doing a really good job of figuring out, okay, this is our need. This is the type of player we want. We're going to bring in that many players that look very similar and then let them figure it out mentally, physically, execute, etc., and all that stuff. So that's a really, really good job by the scouting department.
Reception was made by Myles Gaskin, their 7th round pick, a rookie out of Washington. Underneath of the tight end, the rookie out of Temple. Makes the grab at the 35. That's Myrick. At 6'5", 255.
And, this game has been very clean. We've had a few penalties.
10. Where I'm counting. I've got to calculate 10 combined after you missed 31 combined.
Hey, that's where I'm going with it, right? Exactly. You had triple the penalties last year. It's getting pretty clean.
You picked a good spot.
I did.
To depart us. It'll be 3rd and a couple. Conveniently missed. Now, can Gaskin get it? They stand him up. I don't think he got it. I think he's about a half-yard shy.
Yeah, he's short.
Plenty of time left. Inside of 5 with the clock rolling. Got to believe Miami in a 4th and less than a yard is going to punt it away, up by 3.
That is a really good job at the point of attack across the board.
Yep. Again, going to the defensive line. Sheldon Rankins comes back, and now all of a sudden we don't know who's going to make the team at the defensive spot.
And early on, I'd say Mario Edwards was a guy that was starting to really flash, and he's dealing with something.
Exactly.
So
good punt. Great hang time from Hawk. Grayson calls for the fair catch and has got it at the Saints 19. So the Saints, long way to go, but only down by 3 with 4:08 left in the preseason. 3-point lead for Miami. The only lead for the Saints, if you join us a little bit late, was towards the end of the first half. Their touchdown and the grab by Butler gave them a 7-6 advantage. So a little more than 4 to play, and they get it back on the 19-yard line. And let's see what some of the bubble guys can do right now in this final drive potentially. Play fake, ton of time for Taysom Hill, and it's dropped. Jimmy Cobbs can't believe it either. And a couple of options because he had another man down the middle.
And that was about as good a ball as you're going to get, Jimmy Cobbs, to drop that. That's tough. No one really around. I don't know where the lack of concentration came from because no one was coming to hit him.
First miss for Taysom Hill. And it's a drop.
Exactly,
and it's a drop.
Yes.
It has been that good.
Let's give credit where credit's due on that one.
Kerwin Williams got a hole. Jacquez Rodgers instead. Inside of 4 to play. So the first 4 games, these are all playoff teams. Houston at home will all be here September 9th on Monday night. The Rams at the Coliseum in Los Angeles. Seahawks downtown Seattle. Back-to-back road games against playoff teams. And then Dak Prescott and Zeke who?
Well,
no. I know who Zeke is.
Let's hope he stays away for.
Yeah, really.
Exactly. The Cowboys are a different team when Zeke is not there.
3rd and 4. Can they convert? Taysom running out of racing room. Can he get to the marker with a stiff arm? Boy, the guy won't quit. Now, what about the spot? He got a good spot. I think he may have it. Nose of the ball has to go across the 39.
Boy, he's tough as nails.
And it is.
First down.
And that's Sean Hockley honoring his father with that first down call. The way he put that arm out there like he had the gun. He had the gun. The guns as well.
Does he work out his biceps as well? Or what's going on?
I don't know if anybody can compete with his dad. Ooh, good spot.
How much you
at
match?
The 29. It's Williams on the cutback. Cross the 31. Give him the 32 for a gain of 3. Winding down.
You know what stands out to me in that first quarter? I mean, you look and Houston's dealing with Jadeveon Clowney. And then you go to the Cowboys and they're dealing with Zeke Elliott. It's the changing landscape of the NFL. It seems like across the board, Indianapolis obviously loses Andrew Luck and Melvin Gordon's holding out. Just across the board, there's so many different situations that seem much more frequent in today's era.
It is rare when a guy's got 2 years left on his contract, though, isn't it?
It's rare, but I understand why they're doing it because you have to, as a player, and they're thinking about it, from a financial perspective or a business perspective, you have to strike while the iron's hot.
Right.
You have a really good season, you want to get back to the table as quickly as possible, because on the flip side, if you don't have a good season, you get cut, or they want to restructure your contract or whatever it is. And it's I had to stop the 2-minute warning.
Well, I know, but we'll get back to that thought. Now, I also want your thoughts on, because you played at the highest level, Andrew Luck, when we come back. Forget everything you need to know about the Saints right there. It's on the Final Play app. All you have to do is download it. The videos, the latest news. Deuce McAllister's there. Keep up with the Saints and download right now the Final Play app. 2-minute warning, 3-point game. Man, is the drive still going to be alive for the Saints, looking at a 3rd and long. He's involved.
Yeah, ageless wonder.
He's involved. There's no question about that. Now the heat on Hill. Got to get rid of it. He does. Good grab over the middle. It's complete for the 1st down. And it goes to Trevin Durrell. Second tour of duty. He's been here before.
And you could see the clock in Taysom's head was going off. He knew he had to do something with the ball and found Duval across the middle for a 1st down.
1st down at the 44. Started back at the Saints 19. Taysom Hill got the last 1st down. A bullet. That time Cobb's held on, didn't he? And alertly gets to the sideline to save some time.
Yeah, very aware by Cobb. I like that. I like that we're getting a live 2-minute drill. It's hard to simulate these in practice, so this is great work for Taysom Hill. And again, I've been very, very impressed by Taysom Hill sitting in the pocket and making the right reads.
He is now 11 of 12,
and
77 yards.
His balls have been very accurate.
Right. He's throwing fastballs.
Yes.
So is there going to be the touch that comes in time?
Baby steps, Joe. Let's just be happy with the fastballs that are on target right now.
You didn't say Bob. Baby steps, Bob. On 2nd and a yard. Cyril Grayson, a gamble by the defensive back. Big yardage inside the 30. And a 1st down to the 29 with the clock rolling. Saints have all 3 of their timeouts left, don't forget. And they're going to use their 1st one here. Yeah, guys, while we've got an opportunity, and we'll see that grab again, of course, what about the Andrew Luck situation? How did you guys see it? How do you feel about it?
Well, you feel for a guy. I think what the only unfortunate part for the Colts is the timing. I get it. If you don't have your mental health and you want to make a change, man, I'm fully supportive of you.
Right. And we don't know the pain he's experienced.
There is a real pressure, external pressure that says if you still can, you still should. And he faced it and was still able to make that decision. Did it put the Colts in a great situation as they're about to start the season? No, it didn't. But at the end of the day, for his health, if that's the decision he thinks is best for him, I don't discredit the guy.
Yeah, get to your thoughts in a moment, Jonathan, on that. 1st and 10 at the 29 in a 3-point game. Pocket collapses, but that leads to Hill going inside the 20 to the 15. Out of bounds. 1st and goal, I believe.
And I agree with you. Great run right there by Taysom Hill. I agree with you, Stinch, about if he's not 100% committed. You can't. This is not a sport where you can play if you're not 100% committed.
Good point.
And it's fortunately or unfortunately been a sport that, as it's evolved from the 60s to now, was in its essence a gladiator sport.
Right.
And it's always been you just keep going and going until you just literally break down. And I'm glad that these players are now starting to see, look, I don't need to be a gladiator out here. There's more to life than just football and then play until you can't walk anymore, you're getting concussions, etc. And I'm glad that more guys are taking an onus on worrying about themselves and their health. And then we talked about it, right? Because that's all you have once you retire. You can have all the money in the world. What good is all the money in the world if you can't walk?
Right.
You can't even. You have CTE, things of this nature. Like, you want to have your health.
And for so long, the adage has been, it's not till after your career is done till you're aware of these things. Till you have any kind of awareness that, wow, I've had 19 surgeries and. It's hard for me to sleep 6 hours straight in a night.
Yeah, and to be honest, the only regret I have from playing the game is that I wish I did take more time to heal up on some of my injuries, as opposed to just going out there and, again, that gladiator mentality, play while you're hurt and play through it. I wish I would have rested and got the proper rehab time.
On 2nd and 5, it's dropped by Jacquez Rogers.
That could have been a touchdown, too. He did a nice route. He veered inside, fake, pivot right back out, one-on-one with the linebacker. He just had to catch it and run. It would have been a touchdown.
So now 3rd down. They can still get a 1st and goal inside the 1, as they had placed it at the 11.
Yeah. And then the other part was the fans booing. And I didn't understand how you justify why the fans were booing. Because if you've never played the sport, or let's look at it a different way. If I went to your job and you said that you had to quit for whatever reason, and I started booing you based on your performance, and I have no idea why I'm booing you, I believe they'd be a little upset. Put it in a different perspective.
Taysom Hill, incomplete. It was a great ad-lib.
Because you have fans that, for some reason, have this belief that because you made a lot of money, you are either immortal, or you don't have the same issues, health issues, physical issues, mental issues that normal people have, and it's just not the case.
And you owe it to them. Now, 2 balls dropped from Taysom Hill that hit the receiver in the hands.
Right there for
Alize Mack.
Right.
We haven't seen a lot from this entire preseason.
That's a play you needed to make.
There was your opportunity, and it just slipped right through your hands.
Well, if you wanted overtime, the Saints aren't looking that direction, are they?
Neither are we.
Play clock coming down on Taysom Hill. And a timeout's coming up, I believe, for Miami. Yes. So they've got 1 left, just like the Saints. And we are going to head to the studio. Juan Kincaid, Mike Motti will take over and bring it all down. They'll also respond to your questions. And you'll hear from Sean Payton after the game as well. That's all coming up in the studio in just a moment. So we have 47 seconds remaining in a productive preseason. This is really, as we start, let's go back to the top of the telecast. This is a really deep team. There are great expectations after a 13-3 season, and the heartbreak and the finishes over the last 2 years. So if this team stays healthy, guys, they're going to be really, really good for the duration once again. And there aren't that many jobs up for grabs. Here we go on 4th down. Taysom Hill, back line, popped away. Smith got to it. He was trying to find on the back line of the end zone. He was looking at Durrell.
Great coverage right there by the Dolphins. You see all the Dolphins are backing up into the end zone, and you know it's actually very similar of a match coverage that the Saints have been running the whole time. And Taysom Hill trying to fit that ball in there. I mean, it was really good coverage. Very too small.
Disappeared.
Yeah.
And back to your point, Joel, the brass here, they have a lot of difficult decisions to make. And it's a good problem to have, but it's still a problem. You're going to have to let go some very talented individuals that can help a number of teams and risk losing them. I mean, obviously you can bring some guys back after week 1, but.
And they're also going, there's guys that are going to hit the waiver wire that are going to be Saints.
Yes.
We've seen that before. So
Sean has a history of doing that. He would always, I don't know if he would make sure to go get someone, but he always looked for someone outside of the team to bring in as that would contribute.
Well, tell me this, and Megan brought it up in pregame with her father. 5 straight losses on opening day. That means a lot, Houston, because of the challenges right after.
Yes.
I think that's a good team that the Saints have a great opportunity to win against on Monday night to open the season and break that streak.
Well, what we do know is that if they do lose a game, it's not over.
Right.
We know that.
Right. It's a long season.
It's a very long season.
Right. And it's a deep, experienced team with all pros like Drew Brees, a Hall of Famer. Gentlemen, enjoyed it. And we'll join the guys in the studio. For Jonathan Vilma, John Stinchcomb, I'm Joel Myers. And for Megan Payton, we're going to come right back. We'll join Juan Kincaid and Michael Motti in the studio. It's a win by 3 for the Miami Dolphins as the Saints finish the preseason at 2-2 and get ready for Monday night, September 9th at the Houston Texans. So long, everybody, for just a moment.